What's up, everyone? In this section, we're going to cover the SD-WAN deployment. I changed the topology a little bit. I moved the controllers from the headquarters and I placed here directly connected to the ISP router, but I was having some problems regarding to reachability from vEdges, and it's probably something that I'm going to cover in future videos. But the problem was that the controllers, they had to be reachable through public IP address, and the onboarding process is like the vEdges. They have first reachability to vBond, and once they authenticate themselves to vBond, then vBond is going to share them the IP of vManage and vSmart. And the problem is that vBond was passing the private IP address, not the public IP address, and it kind of makes sense. And the challenge, at least for now, I didn't figure out how, and I was looking some Cisco documentation, but I couldn't find anything that explain this in clear format, is how vBond is going to expose the public IP address for vSmart and vManage. Because what's happening is vEdges, they were trying to connect to vManage using its private IP address, but that private IP address is not reachable, at least on the internet segment. So I changed the topology, so now the controllers, they'll be directly connected to the internet, so it's going to be easier. And we're going to use also our root CA to deploy certificates and making the signed certificate requests. And I'm going to show you the scripts in order to save time. And another thing is that I'm going to deploy vManage outside of EVNG, and the reason why is that it would consume a lot of resource for my EVNG server. So by making it run in its own VM, it's going to process faster than it would be if it were running inside EVNG. So I have a link to vManage, and that's how I'm going to use another interface as out of band management to manage vManage. So the first thing we're going to do, and without going to, this is covered software defining infrastructure, Cisco SD-WAN. And that's what we're going to do now, is going to deploy vBond and vManage, vSmart, and vEdges. Okay, so let's start with vManage. And so this is and I'll be using the version 18.4.1 because that's the required version. Although I believe right now vManage is currently in version 20 something. And there is something that I want to show you guys. If you're booting vManage for the first time, it will first require us to specify a hard drive. And actually, let me show you guys, because I had this issue. If you're using OVA, it will just come with this hard drive, okay, with hard disk. So you have to add another hard disk. That's where the OS is going to be installed, okay? So you must have two hard disks. So this is the one that comes by default, and you have to add another one, and that's where the OS is going to be installed. And just for reachability, I'm using I added another NIC to manage outside vManage outside of EVNG, and I have another interface that is directly connected to my EVNG topology. Okay, so now it's okay. And let's log in using admin. So, and here we have to choose our hard drive, and I'm going to select one. This is the only one I have. It's 100 gig. And yes, I want to format this, and it's going to format and it's going to reboot. And I'm going to pause the video, and once it's complete, we're going to proceed there. Okay, vManage is back, and I've done some part of the configuration because I had some problems with vEng and host VM. Yeah, but basically, okay. So basically, what we have to do now is to configure vManage parameters. I have done them before, but I'm just going to show once more. So you have to set host name, you have to set system IP, and in this case, going to be 111111, and that's like router ID. This is going to be site 101, organization name will be CCIE, and NTP server is going to be 72.0.1.2.1.0.8. Yep, prefer. Okay. And then on VPN 0, interface 0 is going to be 72, 101, 101. I think I missed something. Yes, that's the bond IP address, and that's the bond 72, 101, 101, 102. Yeah, back to VPN 0, interface is 0, IP 72, 72, 11, 24, tunnel interface, allow all service, and color. This is going to be this internet, and not shut. Now it's for interface E1, so it could be 192, 168, 101, 24, and not shut. And I have to configure so default route pointing to router ISP is going to be 72.1.1.1.2.5.4, and delete and quit. Done. Now let me test reachability. So we have problem. VPN 0 interface is enabled. It's okay. So let me check router ISP 32789. Six 32789. So that should be E11. Oh boy. So this is probably a problem with my hypervisor. So I'm going to solve, and I'm going to return once it's solved. Okay, and we're back. So now I have reachability to vBond and to my gateway, and also to my root CA. That should be 0.1.1.2.1.0.8. Awesome. Okay, so let me check my root CA. How is the time? status still unsynced. Okay, so an important tip is that make sure your root CA and all your device you have your time synchronized. Otherwise, you have problems when installing certificates. Okay, so make sure all the devices have the time correct, at least the same time. So now I'm going to start going to enable this router to sign for certificates. Let's start with crypto. I think I had this script already. Okay, I'm going to do it again. Server root CA and database URL flash. Yep, database. Yeah, range bits and issue name, common name is going to be CCIE. vEdge 56 archive. Okay, password is what, and need to run automatically, and yep, it's going to enable SSH. Yeah, okay, that's great. And now go to export these certificates to my flash. Export CA URL flash 0. Yep. Okay, done. And since I'll be using SCP, there's another. Yes, I have to download the certificate root CA from this router on the controllers and also vEdge. I'll be using SCP secure copy. I believe that's IPSCP server enable. And there is something. Okay, let me create this. I have already a username for this. No, okay, so username Solange privilege 15 secret CCIE 2021 done at SSH v2 and my virtual lines login local and transport input SSH, and I have to enable the HTTP services as well. Yep. I think now I can get crypto. Now I have to print the root CA certificate, and that's crypto public key instruction export root CA and I'm missing something. FTP server flash 0 root CA.ca. Let's see if I were to use the FTP. Anyway, crypto public key export root CA. Okay, that's slow. Okay, yeah, I'll need this in the future, and think now I can access remotely my vManage, and that should be for one. Okay, I mean, so first thing first, I want to download root CA. That should be Silvio at 72. Oh, I had a problem in the past that you should SSH first just to prevent any problems. SSH directly the root CA, and that should be SSH Silvio, that can be 72 0 12 108. Okay, yeah, because I did this before. And come on. Okay, I have to remove this, and the way to do it is by using the SSH non-hosts, and I have to delete this, and then queue and save. I mean queue, save, and execute. Yep. And yeah, it's empty. Should work now. Yes. That's CCIE 2021. Okay, I'm good. Now request download SCP from using slide 072 012 108, that's root CA, and that's CCIE. Okay, download it, and root cert install it in home admin root CA. Okay, done. Awesome. Now there is a second part of it, and yes, we have to create CCSR CSR for vManage, and then paste on root CA, and then root CA is going to sign the certificate, and then we're going to return to vManage to install the CSR signed by the root CA. For those of you using the version 18.4, you might get that warning related to one of the certificates. I'm going to show right now. That's the web server certificate. Okay, so it is expired. So, and we have to install a new certificate, and we're going to do this in a moment. I have the organization name already filled, and vBond, it has to be vBond IP address, and that's 101.1.102. Save. And here control certificate, here we're going to change to enterprise, and here we're going to pass root CA. Okay. Oh, copy and paste. Awesome. Going to set some data CCIE, just CCIE, London, UK, yeah. And support, blah blah blah. This can be anything you want. Just UK, yeah. You can leave like this and import and save. Done. Okay, so this is done, and now here in configuration, devices, controllers, and we manage. I believe that's certificate. Yeah, that's certificate, controllers, and we have to generate CSR. I'm going to copy these, and here with CA, we're going to make a request, and it's going to be crypto public key server with CA request on terminal. Yeah, and I'm going to paste and press enter twice, and my certificate is signed. And I'll copy this, copy, return, and here install certificate and install. And hopefully, if everything is okay, you should have a success status. If not, well, troubleshooting time. Okay, and it's okay. This means that now we trust this root CA, and all devices that will be signed with this root CA, vManage is going to trust as well. So since we're already here, let's make a request for our web server certificates. So okay, so I believe that's CSR. Command name, I just say CCIE. Let me see, because there is some information here. This is what used to be used before. vManage. I don't think I care about this. Well, I'll just skip the same. City, yep, can be London. State, yeah, can be okay. Country code, okay. And I'll leave everything as default. Yeah, I'll leave everything default and generate CSR. And I'm going to copy this and request a new one. So that should be crypto public key server CA root CA crypto public key. Always forget that. The public key server request. Okay, and that should be okay. Yes, I'm going to pass this. It's going to be signed. Okay, copy, and here certificate. That's where I'm going to install it. Import. Yep, and certificate successful. Okay, and we're done. Okay, so now let's start configuring our vBond. And vBond, I think it's already here. Yeah, and vBond, we have some basic configuration already done. Let's start its system part. Host name is going to be vBond. System IP is going to be 101.101.102, and site ID is going to be 101. For vBond, it's going to be 101.101.102. Local organization name is going to be CCIE, and NTP server is going to be 72.0.1.2.1.0.8. Prepare this one. As for VPN 0 on interface 0 should be 72.1.1.1.1.2/24, and my tunnel interface. I'm going to enable IPsec as the encapsulation protocol. Color I'm using internet. Allow service all, enable the interface, and a default route pointing towards our route of ISP 254. Okay, that's reachability 254. Awesome. And also with my root CA 11.0.1.1.2.1.0.8. Okay, awesome, freaking awesome. So the same process we did with vManage, we're going to do the same for vBond. So download, request download using SCP. Select your at 72.0.12.1.0.8. Get the file root CA. Yes, I trust. And CCIE 2021. Download it and request root cert install home admin. Installed successfully. And now devices, controllers, and we add vBond IP 72.1.1.1.1.2, username admin, and it's going to generate CSR, and that should be okay. That's awesome. And certificates, controllers, vBond, value CSR, just copy back to root CA, and we're going to make up. So server root CA request, and paste, enter twice, sign, and copy this, copy those, ISO certificate, paste, and cross fingers, and we're going to vSmart while vManage is doing its thing. Successful. Okay, same process for vSmart and system, and we can actually just use Notepad. It's taking more time to load than me to write, so slow-mo, just get lost. vSmart system IP, it's going to be 101.101.103, and site ID is 101. vBond, it's going to be 72.1.1.1.1.2. Organization name is going to be CCIE NTP server 72.1.1.1.0.1 no 0.12.1.0.8. So I prefer this one. for VPN 0, interface is 0. Huh? Why? Okay. Probably I have to X. Okay. This is 0, 72, 101, 101, 103. Hello, interface, color, busy internet, hello service, oh, shut. And set a default route. Hours 101, 101, and 2, 1, 4. Okay, test everything, it's okay. That's 108. Okay, so same process. First download SP that select 0 at 72 0 12 108 file root CA. Yes, I trust. CCIE 2021 downloaded request root cert install in home admin root CA. Done. Devices, controllers, add controller, vSmart. vSmart IP address, it's 72.101.101.103. Username admin, password admin, generate CSR. And configuration certificates, controllers. You can see that after a while you don't have to think, you just instinctively you're doing the things. And so here, crypto public key server would see a request PK internal paste, enter twice, and we get to go. Now cozy install certificate just to avoid errors. And it's successful. Okay, and let's look at dashboard. We should see our controllers. So one vSmart, one vBond. And we can check as well on where are you? vManage. So connections. You can see vSmart and vBond. It's their IP address. And I'm going to add one vEdge. The process will be almost the same with just a subtle difference. Let me see. Get this one. It could be 192.136. 192.168.236. Huh? 192.334.136. It's going to be 32.795. Okay, it's going to load. Let him do its thing. Okay. Still loading. Okay. Just give it a couple seconds. Okay, vEdge is ready. So save us time. I have prepared the script because going to be basically the same thing. Start with config. Okay, so I have to pass from here. Okay, test reachability and 108. What's the problem now? G02. Which interface I use? G0. Okay. VPN 0. IP address, and I have to change the color. Just set default, and G02. It's going to be 72.0.1. This is the site, the router IP. Tunnel interface, encapsulation, IPsec, color is internet, and allow or service no shut, and commit and quit. So it's 11111. Okay, I'm good. 254, I'm good. And 101, 101, and 102. I'm okay. Now root CA 12108. Okay, so same process. NTP, it's configure. So first download. Yes. CCIE. Install. Done. And now this is how we're going to make our CSR order to be installed by the root CA, and we should have this file here. We get our CSR, copy, take it to root CA, crypto public key server, and I gotta find a way to automate this thing. Root CA request on 10. And okay, it's done. Copy and vEdge. Yep. And now I have to say cat and cert txt, paste, exit, and request root. No. Request certificate install admin. Yeah. Okay, installed successfully. So certificate serial. Yep. And now I have to grab these. Oh, here. Okay, yeah. Now I have to send this information on vManage, and I'm going to type request add. Actually, let me type directly on vManage. There's going to be a request add request vAdd add chassis. It's going to be chassis number and pass here, and the serial number it's 06. Okay, and I have to pass this information on vBond as well. Where are you? Oh, really? Copy, paste. Okay. Give us some time, and now we're going to update this info here. And sometimes you might have this notice that the vManage GUI is just going to freeze. Okay, and certificates. Okay, it's already detected our vEdge, and we're going to send this information to all controllers. Success. And if we look at vEdge, at dashboard, voila, we have one vEdge online and ready, already joined our overlay network. And where can I see its monitor? Yeah. Yes, it's already been monitored. And yes, OMEP, it's okay. We can also check on the manage show control connections. We can see our vEdge, it's here. System IP, private IP, using the transport internet. And so that's the procedure, and I'm going to do the same for all the vEdges. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.